Let's get you started off with some sunshine, literally, right? Becca Birdsall is in the Live Impact studio right now, giving us some more lovely weather. Again, I needed a jacket heading out today.
I did too. I had my heated seats on.
I know.
Which is a little absurd.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like this afternoon I'm going to be baking, I'm sure.
Yes, it is going to get quite toasty. Now, yesterday was pretty mild. We made it to a high temperature of 79, but today we're going to be well into the middle 80s. So it's going to start to feel a little bit more like summer, and that pattern only continues for the weekend as well. Now, it's Thursday. You know what that means?
No.
Newest drought model.
Right. Hello.
Yes. So we've got some more improvements, which is good news. Now, this is always an overwhelming map to look at. So I want you to notice those boxes in the yellow, because those are all the boxes in the improvement stage. So South Carolina, this is the big one, exceptional drought. That's the worst stage of drought, has completely gone to zero. Last week it was at 4%. So we've seen some good improvements from the recent rainfall. However, been kind of a dry period over this week ahead. So while we're seeing some leeway for this week, I do think we'll start to see some downhill trends going into next week. Satellite radar, it is completely dry, and it's going to be dry over the next several days. We'll be able to ditch that umbrella, but have the sunglasses and SPF close by. We are going to be tracking some showers as we go towards early next week as a frontal system moves through. Otherwise, don't have to worry about those rain chances, mostly for the weekend. Right now, it's sunny. We had temperatures drop into the 50s this morning, so another cool start, but not as cool as it was yesterday morning. We'll be back to the 90s heading towards this weekend. So our seasonable high temperature for today is 84. Today, 85. That's going to be a near seasonable June afternoon for us. Tons of sunshine to go around, rain-free conditions, and one of those days where it's going to be pretty cloud-free from the mountains, Charlotte area, all the way over towards the beach. Now, we do have a big event happening at the Truist Field. It's Banana Ball. Have you guys ever been?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I came when
I
they
have
were
not been yet.
in Kannapolis a couple years ago.
Okay.
And it was so much
Awesome.
fun,
It was
right?
so much fun.
I've heard
So
great
unique.
things.
I went
Me
as a
too.
banana too. I
as
had
you
a banana
should.
costume. Of
Oh,
course, and,
wow.
it was great, and I had never been to that ballpark. It's a beautiful ballpark. If you get a chance
Truist
to
Field,
go to Banana Ball,
yes. I've been doing
or
that.
if you go to Kannapolis.
Oh,
now their
Kannapolis.
Truist
Oh,
is a great
yes.
destination.
Oh, yeah,
Truist
that
is
is
a
great.
beautiful view.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some
Kannapolis
really
also.
great ballparks around.
Yeah, no, we do.
So fun.
And we've got perfect weather tonight and this evening for Banana Ball. This is going to be a 3-day event at Truist Field. So at 6:30 this afternoon and evening, if you're headed that way, note that we'll have more sunshine. Temperatures will start to cool that down, though, into the upper 70s right around 8 o'clock. So should be a very comfortable evening for any baseball plans. Now, you don't want to skip out on the SPF pretty much for the entire month of June. This is actually when our sun angle is the strongest out of the entire year, and the UV index will start to creep up into the 9 and even 10 range going towards the weekend. So high pressure system dominating the forecast. Dry conditions can be expected. In fact, the next best chance for rain, and it's an isolated one, won't come until Sunday. That's because that high pressure system is going to slide off towards the east, start to bring in a chance for a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms. But by the time we get to the start of the work week, again, a frontal system moves in, stalls down to the south. That's going to bring in yet more rain chances. But I will say it's not looking like they're going to really accumulate to much. In fact, that rainfall forecast over the next week showing maybe a tenth to about a quarter. So these are not going to be the real soakers that we saw over the last week. Over the next couple of days, a big story is going to be the warming trend. Each day warmer than the last. So we had upper 70s yesterday, middle 80s today, and then upper 80s to lower 90s beginning Friday all the way through the weekend. We've got a lot happening this weekend as well. So Taste of Charlotte is going to be in Uptown. Again, you'll want to find something to cool you down, maybe a fan or maybe some ice cream, because it is going to be quite toasty. Now, the one thing on our side is we are going to have fairly lower humidity. This is also going to be something that's going to start to build. So it is going to be bearable despite the hot temperatures for Friday and Saturday, but that does change on Sunday when we'll likely start to introduce a heat index value, because we'll also have a chance for some isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms. So because of all that moisture, it is going to be feeling quite sticky. Outside now, not feeling sticky. It's feeling great. 68 with lots of sunshine out there. That's picture perfect. We've got 71 already over towards Albemarle, portions of Union County, and upper 50s over towards the mountains. So our morning lows, well, they're going to get warmer each and every day, kind of like with our daytime highs. So tomorrow morning, some of the outlier areas outside of Charlotte starting off in the 50s, but for the most part, we'll be near 60 degrees and continue those 60-degree days as we go into the weekend as well. Taste of Charlotte begins tomorrow. Again, it does start at 11 o'clock, so if you're headed that way, we've got sunshine, 80 degrees right around midday, but then here's when it gets real toasty towards the afternoon. In this Jerry Head Supercenter 7-day forecast, so improvements being made in the drought monitor. That's great news. However, it's probably short-lived because we've got a dry stretch all the way through most of the weekend, and even then, we've got pretty minimal rainfall accumulation chances, maybe a 10 to about a quarter. We need much, much more than that. May was our first above average rainfall month since last August, so hopefully we can keep the trend going. However, not looking like it's gonna be much going into next week.
I mean, might as well enjoy the upper 80s and 90s.
Exactly. You might as well enjoy the pool weather, lake weather with almost zero rain chances.
Going
in
to the
forecast.
beach.
Going to the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great weekend for any outdoor activities.
All right, fantastic. Like to see it, and encouraging news on the drought monitor too.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Becca.